Okay, I want to examine this piety from conservatives defending against the Fire Colbert movement. The first straw man they use is change the channel. Yeah, how's that gone with CNN? We all know only friends and family of cast and crew watch that channel by the settled science called aggregate ratings numbers. Lots of people upon lots of people have turned the channel. Is CNN still able to influence? Yes, it is, because advertisers stay with them. CBS has a whole lot more cash cushion to fall back upon than CNN. How long will that just change the channel thing take before it has an effect there? Decades, I'm guessing. You guys are starting to sound like Paul Ryan in the sense that when we actually do have the power to do something to push back in the culture war, you guys are playing blocks with the non-evangelical wing of the libertarians. I'm not a fan of censorship of any kind. Colbert or anyone else can say whatever they like. Once he puts that idea or so-called joke in the marketplace as a vendor, however, it doesn't mean I have to like it. And no First Amendment loving American would dare tell me to shut up about it either. Network television is a form of media which is regulated for things like decency, race, transgender issues, homophobia, among others, which means the left dictates the morality and barriers of conduct. The right has almost no input whatsoever. You can't even portray any protected class in a perceivably bad light. You can, however, besmirch any religion, any conservative belief, or any concept that is right-wing. If change the channel is your strategy for dealing with this, well, it hasn't worked. I really don't care if Colbert is fired or not. The principle exceeds him at this point. We obviously can't say that on social media. It would knock the wind out of our power base. What we need is gritted teeth, badass Americans to stand as a group and say, we're not having this. The firing thing is a focal point, a place where we can all meet up and move our battle ahead, making our opinions as Americans heard. If we don't start demanding our own code of conduct, the situation will exacerbate. Ultimately, Colbert will keep his job. I think we all know that. If not, he'll end up landing on a safe cushion elsewhere. But him and others like him now know we have not only a voice, but teeth to go with it. Sean Hannity has taken the lead on the right in defending Colbert as to the firing. While I admire his courage the last 18 months and I have praised it often, I think the fact that he's in the same business clouds his judgment, while people who share many of his views are being lopped off almost daily. Do you think turning the channel on Colbert will slow that down? There's far more at stake here than an antiquated, misapplied view of censorship. How many shows do you suppose on mainstream networks are geared to conservative people? I'm not talking about cable. The network Colbert works for, CBS, is a public airwaves broadcasting network. Millennials should have a snicker at this. There are literally tens of millions of Americans who have never had cable, internet, or even a phone in some cases. Most of those people, however, do have major network airwaves to antenna broadcasting. If these people are disgruntled with programming, they have only snail mail or call option where applicable for grievance. Now, when you take those networks, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, CW, how many non-100% total douche-drenched PC shows do they have versus shows featuring conservative ideas? To those who don't believe in censorship, look around. You have it working against you almost every moment of every day. Your wait and see and it's okay attitude has narrowed us in the free market of ideas, especially in the entertainment field. As a right-winger, I will not be the left's bitch. I hope enough of you feel the same. This is not about controlling content. It's about us taking our stand for some things on our morality wish list. We have certainly endured everything from the lefts. To people who think this is somehow anti-capitalist, I'd like to ask you, what could be more capitalist than a consumer bloc demanding quality in their media choices? If you're a capitalist, you also know that the airwave networks have complete and total monopoly over that segment of the entertainment market share, those who don't have cable. They are going to do what they want because tens of millions of people have no consumer choice except intramurally in their paradigm. As anyone with eyes and half a brain can see, these poorly written virtue signal calls to the Moonbat shows are so nuts and bolts you could interchange scripts between CSI and Criminal Minds and nobody would even notice. They exist in a narrow bubble, fueled by censorship or anything not found in their roaring echo chamber. Where is the choice to those tens of millions? Where is the choice to conservatives? Don't talk to us about censorship. Talk to them. All we want is some of our wares in the free market of ideas. And that's not too much to ask, is it? If it is, then please continue to help the left censor us. And eventually, we won't even hear you because you'll be shouting from a Dixie cup and a string to a much smaller audience. Is that not happening now?
Thank you for sharing your time and partaking of this video, and please comment how your conscience allows.